Circles, equations of circles, 10-7. All right, here we go. Equations of circles. Let's just dive right into it. Here is what, write this down off to the side over here. In this bottom left corner, I'm going to give you all of the cheats. Here is what the equation of a circle looked like. Write this down. Equation of a circle. Here's what you need. Okay? Now, we know that certain things have specific equations that are related to them. Like in Algebra 2, like we talked about, like a parabola, right? Don't write this down. But a parabola looks like y equals x squared, right? A linear function is y equals mx plus b, or just y equals x, right? Okay, is the main one. An absolute value function is y equals the absolute value of x, right? A square root function is the square root of x. Like those have specific equations that are related to them, right? Okay. An equation of a circle, so if you're going to graph a circle, an equation of a circle has its own particular like looks to him, right? And here's what he looks like, okay? The equation of a circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared, okay? It is the Pythagorean theorem. I know distance formula is the Pythagorean theorem, right? The equation of a circle is also the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Now, why do I write the h, k, and r in pink? Because those will be numbers in this equation, right? Okay? H and k is the center. Write this down. The center of the circle is at h comma k. The radius of the circle is r, right? Okay? So let's say, just for an example, let's say the center of the circle is at -2 comma 3 and the radius is 4. Let's write the equation of that circle. Ready? Okay, so I'm taking these guys and I'm plugging them in here and I'm writing the radius, okay? So I start with x minus h. Now, if h is already a minus, it will be plus, right? So this will be x plus 2. So whenever it's in the parentheses, it's the opposite signage of what it should be, right? This is -2, okay? Squared plus y minus 3, that will stay minus, right? Equals 4 squared, which is 16. There's the equation of the circle, and that's as easy as it is. You only need two pieces. You need the center and you need the radius. Sometimes they will not give that to you, and that's the hard part, right? Sometimes they will say, here, find the radius before you write the equation of the circle. But there is that. Simon, are you with us? I don't think that you are. There's that, right? H and K is the center. So if -2, 3, it will go in as +2, 3, -3. Got it? Okay, this is the equation of this circle. Got it? Just like a parabola has this equation, just like an absolute value has this equation, just like a linear function has this equation, etc. A circle has this equation. All right, let's go to example. Example 1, AB is a diameter of the circle. They want us to write the equation of this circle. What two things do you need for a circle? Center and the radius. Okay, so where is the center abouts? It looks like here. What is that coordinate? 4 comma -1. That sounds good. And the radius is 4. So we got to write the equation of this circle. I'm going to write him like over here. Okay? There we go. This guy equals r squared. Okay. So x minus 4, because it's +4. Shh.
X minus 4.
Why at Jace?
Plus.
Y
Or no.
plus 1 squared equals
4.
16.
Oh.
There you go. Don't forget to square. There you go. That's it. That's all.
We don't have to solve.
No. You're just writing the equation of the circle. You're writing the equation of the circle. Okay? Equations a lot of times have x's and y's, right? Okay, you're just writing the equation. That's what he looks like. Got it? Okay, now they're going to make it a little bit harder. They're going to say, write the equation of a circle where it has a center at -3, -5. Pay attention to this. The center is at -3, -5. Got it? And it goes through the point 0, 0. When it says it passes through 0, 0, that means 0, 0 is a point on the graph, right? So the two things that I need are center. Do I have the center? Yes. And I need the radius. Do I have the radius? No, I need to do what to find the radius? The distance formula. Okay, here's the distance formula. So, if I take negative 3 and 0, how far apart are they? 3. Negative 5 and 0 are 5. Okay, 3 squared is 9. 5 squared is 25, which makes that thing 34. And so the radius is the square root of 34. Now, don't grab your calculator. You're going to leave the radius as the square root of 34 and don't put it as a decimal, and I'll show you why here in a second. Okay? So these are the two things that we need. Radius we're going to leave as the square root of 34. All right, I'm writing my equation. X minus a negative 3, so x plus 3 squared plus y plus 5 squared equals, if I take this radius and I square it,
It will be 34.
it will just be 34, right? So that is all. This is the equation of your circle. All right, they did not give you the radius. You just have to do a little baby step and find the radius. Got it? Good, good?
That's actually a lot.
It's not that bad. Okay, what?
Well, if it's the center you're trying to find,
What if it's the center you're trying to find?
or you can't. Well, I'm gonna have to give you.
Good question. Yeah, so, okay, here you go. Let's say, I'll do an example. Write this little example somewhere where you can find it, okay? Let's say down here is, I don't know, negative 2 comma negative 2, negative 4. I have no idea. And up here is 6 comma 8. Let's say we've got that going on, right? They don't give me the center. How do I find the center there? If that's the diameter. Okay, distance formula gives me the radius. Center, I can't do that to find the center. What is this guy in comparison to these two?
The midpoint.
The midpoint. Finding the midpoint is like finding the average. Okay, if you take negative 2 and 6 and you average them together, you're adding and dividing by 2. What's negative 2 plus 6? 4 divided by 2 is 2. Okay, negative 4 and 8. If I add those together, that is 4, right? And so this is 2. So 2, 2 is the center. Now, if I'm trying to find the radius from here to here, the distance formula, 2 to 6 is 4. 2 to 8 is 6. 4 squared is 16. 6 squared is 36. That is the square root of 52, right? So my equation is going to be x minus 2 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 52, and that's all. Does that make sense? So if they give you the two endpoints of there, you can use the midpoint and find the middle, right? Then you find the radius. Got it?
So it's a lot easier than.
It's a lot easier than you think it is. Okay? We are going to,
Skip that one, please.
We're not gonna do any graphing, right?
Please.
yeah, let's skip example 3. All right, and example 4.
4.
Done. We're done with it. We're done.
We're done.
Yeah, let's skip example 5 too. We'll make it easy.
Wyatt!
Give me that and I'll share between all of us.
That's my book!
Leaving you on open.
Thanks, Jordan.
Okay, go 1 through 12 all.
Oh, what?
I made it, you see?
And
Okay, good. We're done.
No, we're done.
and 19
I actually recall you stealing a whole bag of my
I didn't steal anything.
I recall you just saying I wouldn't.
and 20. 19 and 20. Okay, 1 through 12 all, 19, 20. Page 617. 1 through 12 all, 19 and 20. There you
No,
go.
you didn't record any of that.
Yeah, I did. My yellow dots in the corner. Yeah, yeah. Okay, goodbye, people recording.